All right. I am back like a snack. Nobody's watching. Okay. Um yeah, so it's 2024 now. So 1 year closer to the end of the world. Time to be sad and cynical and hateful. Well. That's unfortunate. It's working though, right? Is it working? Let me check. Is it working? Yeah. All right. Ah. So yeah, I shaved my facial hair. I am entering Enoch 3.0, like the third iteration of Enoch. Um and yeah, I don't know, nobody's watching. It's okay. I'm talking to the thin air. So yeah, I just don't know. I think new chapter, new life at USC. I'm excited for sure. And not a lot of people get to, hey, yes, I'm back, like a snack. Um, Not a lot of people get to have clean slates multiple times. Um, when I left Hong Kong, it's clean slate, complete reset. All the places I love, all the people I love, all the things I know, all the places just all fucking gone. And I've arrived at LA and it's a complete restart. I'm meeting people, I'm building everything from the ground up. I'm like an infant. The basics, food, water, shelter, survival, yada yada, making friends, shit like that. Um right now I'm sort of going through a similar situation, clean slate, but this time it's a little bit different because I already know LA. I've already lived here for about 2 years and not really 2 years. 2 years minus 5 months, right? Yeah. We got clean slate, so I don't know. The future is full of unknown. It's full of uncertainties, and it's exciting. And I finished the whole Mexico thing, which you guys probably don't know much about, but yeah, the Mexico thing, the Mexico problem has been solved yesterday. So right now I'm heading face on, head on to face my to face USC. Yeah. But yeah, I'm excited. I really am. Um, yeah. Really, no one's watching my thing. Okay. Okay. Yeah, I'm just gonna sit here and talk for 2 hours and fuck everything. Am I right? Thank you. I'm excited you are going to USC. I am. Thank you. Um, but yeah, starting off, I'd like to talk about. I'm gonna lay out all my secrets and just reveal all my short film ideas all at once. Uh, yeah. Honestly, I'm tired. Um, Tomorrow, January 1st, I'm gonna just sleep all day and just relax and just not care about anything in the world. Um, and then on January 2nd, I'm going to meet up with my friend Cliff to discuss my short film, which is going to be fun, very fun and exciting. January 3rd, 4th, 5th, I'm going to do things at USC. I'm going to there's an English exam on January 3rd, and then there's um orientation on the 4th, and there's new student convocation on the 5th. Watch Qui-Gon. I've watched it already, actually. um yeah, so that's very exciting. I really don't know what sort of people am I going to meet in USC. Really don't, but have I reviewed it? Yes. Yes, I have. Um but yeah, I'm going to be even better. I'm going to do even better this time. Every single time I enter like a group of people, I think I do a little better. Like secondary school back in Hong Kong, I basically fucked it up. I'm this awkward boy. But yeah, the last community college, I think I did a lot better. I have a lot of friends there, which is fucking insane. Like, I can just walk into the CMD campus. Hold on. I can just walk into the CMD campus and people will just greet me and say hi to me, which is insane. Like, the fact that I've achieved this far in the race we call being a functioning human being. But I need to function even harder, you know what I mean? Functioning as a member of society. I need to function even fucking harder. I'm going to function all my way up to the top. So I don't know what are the next steps. I'm going to change my look. I'm going to change my outlook. I'm going to change my personality. I'm going to wear different clothes. I'm going to say different things. I'm going to talk differently. It's USC, man. I am going to arrive there like a fucking menace, okay? People fear me, okay? Um, yeah. I don't know. I just wish I could do something great. Something great to impact Hong Kong and Hong Kong culture. Be proud. I want people to be proud of me. You know, I want people to be proud of me for the things I've done and doing and will do. I want people to be proud of me. And yeah, um, but yeah, so my next short film is going to be called "Objects in Mirror Are Closer Than They Appear," which is a very cool title in my opinion. And my last short film is sort of artsy and experimental, and nobody really understands it, and that's kind of the point. My next one is going to be way more accessible. It's going to be way easier to. It's also really tough to understand, but I think it's going to be a lot more structured, a lot more tight paced. Some people find my last short film self indulgent, um, but you either get it or you don't. This is art house cinema, bro. You don't get it? Well, um, but I'm gonna try all sorts of different things. But I love the art house. I love the I love making short films that challenge people's expectations, and yeah, just sort of throw logic out the window. I'm Love and Death is the first short film I've ever been proud of. Actually, I think Cloud Busting was pretty nice, but it's just not exactly something that I would say I'm proud of. But Love and Death is the first short film that really captures what I want to capture. Sort of like this depressing, slow, just post-apocalyptic sort of existential crisis in the middle of a concrete jungle and beautiful playgrounds and flowers and bushes and cars and Hong Kong, the city itself. So it's cyberpunk sewers and pipes and billboards and happy posters and the depressiveness, the ideas of love and death. It's a fucking awesome. I am proud of my last short film a lot, but my next short film is going to be similar to Cloud Busting. It's like sequel in spirit, but yeah, yeah. It's the first time I'm making a short film properly, and by properly I mean not guerrilla styled. I'm not doing it guerrilla style, no permits, just a camera, some audio equipment, and just bang and go. I am I have a system this time, and it's a little bit scary because I've never done that before. But I have a producer now, like a producer. I have a DP. I have a production designer. Thank you. Happy New Year to you too. Yeah, but yeah, I have a team with me now working on my next short film. So my next short film is going to be kind of a change in direction. I think it's if you want to be a director, first of all, if you want to be a director, it's not like if you want to be a doctor, right? You study, you go to medical school, you get a degree, you take an exam, you become a doctor. If you want to be a director, that's like saying you want to be a I don't know. It's like saying you want to be a demon slayer. Like it's it's not a thing, You can't just if you direct a short film immediately, all by yourself, you take out your phone and just film. You're a director. Um, but if you want to be a successful director, that's a whole different story. Like, again, it's all about being at the right time, at the right place, in front of the right people, and yeah. But I think what I'm doing now is just sort of like doing it step by step almost. Like my last 6 short films is also very guerrilla style. I just camera, audio, boom, let's go. My first 3 short films, I don't even know what's going on. I don't know what's happening. People are directing for me. But Cloud Busting, My Bloody Valentine, and Love and Death are 3 short films where I'm actually the director, you know. And I'm finally able to know exactly what shot I want and how they're being presented. And what I have in my mind is getting closer and closer, or the end product is getting closer and closer to what I have in my mind. And I think that's the ultimate task of being a director is you need to create things in your head and you need to try your extreme best to make sure that reality comes out the exact same way as it happens in your head. But this time it's a bigger scale. There's a DP, director of photography, cinematography, cameras, lights, cool shit, colors, production designer who does props. I have 2 production designers this time. One is a Malaysian girl, one is a Taiwanese guy, and they're both really good. And they're doing props, colors, decoration, set dressing. There's a producer. The producer is doing the producing. You know, I'm also the co-producer, but the producer, he will do the scheduling. Do you do the editing and directing by yourself, or do you have a whole team? I don't have a whole team. I direct by myself and I edit all my own videos, and all my own short films are all edited by me. All of the videos in my YouTube channel are all edited by me, like all of them. There isn't a single video that's edited by someone else. All of my short films are also all edited by me. So yeah, which is crazy. It's a lot of work, but I don't, I don't want other people to edit my short films unless I really, really trust them, unless they know my style, because editing is so important. Editing is the final stage of, like, it's post production, and it's the final stage of forming a film. It's the final stage of creating a film, and if you fuck it up, it's like it's the end of the world. So usually I edit my own short films. Um, and yeah, editing, different editors really make a huge difference because different editors see the world differently. I see the world differently than the other person, and the other person sees the world differently than the other person. And it's important that my movies are presented my way. Um, yeah, but yeah, my next short film, Objects in Mirror Are Closer Than They Appear. It's if you don't count Dreams of an Empty Street, this will be my first horror short film. Yes, I am making a horror short film. But after that, I don't know where to go. I think I would like to expand even further. I want to make an artsy, sort of this art house short film, psychological drama about a masochist who likes violent girls. And that's as far as I'm going to explain. But I've had this idea for a very long time. You got any influences? Yes, I have too many influences. Tom York, the frontman of Radiohead, is my biggest influence. It's a very weird answer because he's not a filmmaker, but Tom York changed the way I looked at art. Changed the way I look at art. But as far as filmmakers' influences go, I mean, it's Ingmar Bergman, Park Chan-wook, Bong Joon-ho, Wong Kar-wai, Kurosawa. Yeah, basically that bunch. David Lynch, a lot of David Lynch. Yorgos Lanthimos, obviously. I'm a huge Yorgos Lanthimos fan. Ari Aster. I respect Ari Aster a lot, especially after Beau is Afraid. I think Ivan Ooze newfound respect for Ari Aster after Beau is Afraid, because he's just like, fuck it. I don't care what you think about my movie. I'm just gonna make a 3 hour long movie about my own pain and suffering, and you'll just suck it up because I don't care anymore. Because this is truly how I feel and what I see and what I think, and it's truly him. I feel like Hereditary and Midsommar is sort of like him trying to be himself, but then also trying to please a more mainstream crowd, like, you know, horror crowd. But Beau is Afraid is the first time Ari Aster is truly Ari Aster, and I love it, honestly. And I really respect that. Um, but yeah, you know. Another short film I really want to do, and I've been talking about this for a few years already, and it's a short film about VTubers, and it's a very realistic, grounded short film about VTubers and their work. And it's very interesting. Being a VTuber is actually a really interesting occupation, because imagine being in family dinner and then your parents ask you, "Oh, so what do you do now? What's your job now?" You know, and you're like, I don't know, entertainment." And you don't want to tell them, because if you tell them, you risk the you have the risk of getting doxxed and having your information leaked. And then just when you meet your gen mates, your other VTubers, and you don't know how they look, you know. Online, it's just an anime girl. It's just an avatar. But now you see them in person, you're like, oh, is that her? Wait, is that her? Oh no, is that her? And it's just like it's just a very strange situation. Like, my VTuber story is almost like a comedy, but yeah. I also really want to. I mean, all of my story ideas are story ideas I've had for years. You know, usually if you have a story idea, um, you're not sure if that idea is good unless you still have the same idea years later, because sometimes you just irrationally or impulsively come up with an idea and you're like, oh my god, it's so cool, and then a week later it's like, nah, that's cringe. um so yeah, so all of my stories are really old ideas. Like, all my I'm going to be making films when I'm 40 years old. And yeah, that's relatable. I'm going to be making movies when I'm 40 years old, but those movies are like, you know, ideas I have when I was a teenager. And those are the best, because you're at your most creative. The younger you are, the more creative you are, I think. The older I get, the less creative I get. So it's best to come up with story ideas when you're young, keep them, and then turn those story ideas into movies when you're more capable, when you understand the technical side of things more. So art and creation when you're young, technicality when you're old, you know. Like, my first short film ever, my first narrative short film, in my opinion, is Hard Like Soldier, which is a short film about a bunch of kids suffering and like living a very, you know, stressful life, playing badminton and swimming and going to school. I'm planning to turn that into a feature film. But my first short film ever sucks ass. It's the most garbage thing ever. There's no story. There's no plot structure. All of the characters just show up. I don't know anything about shots or scenes. I don't know anything about writing dialogue. I don't know what camera we used. I have no idea what happened. Um, but I'm glad that short film exists, because that is like what I think filmmaking is before I even learned filmmaking. Before I've even watched 100 movies. Before I even go to film school or anything. It's just like filmmaking in its purest form. It's just like things just happen and you're just like, what? And It's terrible, but I'm fine with it. But I want to turn that into a feature film and only focus on badminton. I think badminton is a very interesting sport. When it comes to intense sports, a lot of people think about football, aka soccer. A lot of people think about basketball. But nobody really thinks about badminton. So it's like an inconspicuous sport, very laid back, but you can create something very interesting out of it. So that's my idea. Don't steal it from me. But I like a good old sports thriller. Sports thriller. I think it's very interesting. Yeah, and then I don't like doing adaptations that much. I like coming up with stories originally by myself, but there are a couple of stories so good that, and it also kind of fits my style, that I want to try. And I pick them out very carefully. I don't want to adapt every story I like. Um, One is live action adaptation of the anime Mushishi. I'm gonna take a couple stories from Mushishi and expand it into a feature film, and then maybe change some bits here and there, and change the story too, so it's not in Japanese anymore. It's in Cantonese because I don't speak Japanese, but I can understand some though. But yeah, you know, I've always wanted to adapt Mushishi. There's an episode, I think it's episode 7. It's called Beyond the Sea, and it's this really beautiful story about moving on and grief, and it's so beautiful. It's so quiet. It's so peaceful. It's I want to make a period film set in Hong Kong, like old Hong Kong, but it's timeless. Like you can't really tell from which time period it is. You can't really tell where it is either. Um it's very timeless. It's detached from the story doesn't take place in a big city. It doesn't take place. It's not a huge story. It's not like a war is happening, or like a rebellion is happening or something like that. It's a very small story. It's a very folky story. It's like a folklore, and I just really love it, and I want to direct that. But yeah. But ultimately, I do want to start my career off with 3 horror films, like a horror trilogy. Not really trilogy, um, not really like a trilogy, more like a trilogy in spirit. Like the stories are unrelated, but the themes and the style is similar. I do want to start my career off with that. That would be really nice. Um, you know, and I want to work in religious themes. Buddhism and Taoism in particular is very interesting, I think. If I stay in film studies major in USC, I'm actually going to consider minoring in religion, that or archaeology. I think they're both really interesting. Some people are like, "Oh, minor in psychology," but like I don't need it. Like if by psychology you mean how people think, and the different sides of a person, and all that stuff, I don't need to study psychology for that. All I need to do is to pay attention to the people around me and observe, because if you study psychology, you're studying the brain, and you're studying memory and how it works. You're studying conditioning, learning, um, personality traits. Sigmund Freud, psychoanalysis, um, functionalism, humanism, shit like that. But I very much would rather minor in archaeology or religion. I was looking at the courses list on USC for religion classes. Holy shit, they're so interesting. Holy shit, they're so interesting. Like some of the classes are about ancient Egypt In the Near East, some of the classes are about Roman excavation. Of course, the East Asian classes are all really fun, like Taoism, modernist Buddhism, the history of Christianity. So fucking cool. Like, I unironically would love to write a gigantic essay on like the history of Christianity. Of course, I'm saying it now. Maybe when I take the class, actually, maybe I'll just suffer. But you know, I genuinely love. But yeah. But my ultimate dream movie, I think you should do your films the way you want to. There should never be any restrictions or rules towards filmmaking. Most films reflect. Yes, that's true. I don't want any restrictions or rules. However, if I make movies that nobody understands and nobody seem to enjoy, then of course I'm not going to go anywhere. I'm not going to be able to make any money, and I'm just going to suffer, and I'm going to be homeless and sad. So in a way, I do need to appeal to the masses. But see, this is the range of directors. They're like, Avengers movies, Marvel movies. That's just, it's perfectly designed to be accessible, to be mainstream. There's no style at all. And then there are directors like Bella Tar, Bella Tar and Api Chatpong Vida Setaku, Tsai Ming Liang, slow cinema. And they just don't fucking care. Like, if you don't understand, then fuck you. And they're successful, but I'm sure there are a lot of directors out there who really make movies the way they want to and get nowhere. And I sort of want to be in between. I want to be like Bong Joon-ho. If there's a director who I want to follow the footsteps of, it's Bong Joon-ho. All the way Bong Joon-ho. Especially given how Bong Joon-ho makes movies in South Korea and then makes a film in English in the US or something. And I kind of want to do that. I want to make a movie in Hong Kong and then jump to the USA to make an American movie and then jump back to Hong Kong and then just back and forth. Because not a lot of directors can do that. Not a lot of directors can work in two film industries at once. B, this way, the cultural relationship between Hong Kong and the US, as well as Hong Kong and the rest of the world, is going to be so much stronger. And that's exactly what needs to happen right now, especially in the face of oppression. So yeah, that's what I'm gonna do. And some movie ideas I have, they're impossible to make in the US. Like, in a cultural context, it just doesn't make sense. Like the badminton idea that I just mentioned earlier, Americans barely play badminton. Americans are not as competitive as Hong Kongers. Hong Kongers are super fucking competitive to a point where it's almost toxic. Especially like the middle upper class and the upper class of Hong Kong. The way the children are being brought up, being forced to study shit, being forced to play the piano, like it's such a Hong Kong story. I cannot tell this story in any other country, under any other culture. I can't even film this in Taiwan. So yeah. I am. What instrument were you forced to learn? Piano and flute. Yeah. I mean, when I say forced seems like a very mean word. Like, I hate piano and flute. I don't hate piano and flute. I like the flute. But it's just not, I like movies more, And I think what's worse is swimming. Like, I'd rather play the flute than swim. I started making movies at 15, and I started realizing that I liked making more personal films. That meant a lot to me and my family. This stuff doesn't pay well, but I'll never That's true. I think filmmaking ultimately should be an art form and should be a way of expression. So, the beginning of my career, I'm gonna try to appeal to the masses, but I think the more successful I am and the more freedom I get to make my own movies, they will get more and more abstract. And I feel like a lot of directors do that. I mean, Kurosawa, his late films are very artsy. You know, Kagemusha and Ron are samurai films, but they're very much, not conventional. And then Dreams is obviously like, what the heck is Dreams? Wes Anderson does that as well. Like, Wes Anderson, the more Wes Anderson makes movies, the more it's self indulgent and, nonsensical, and people just wouldn't really understand it. And I really like directors that do that. You know, I do see myself when I'm old. I will never stop making movies, by the way. I'll be like Martin Scorsese. I'll make, as long as I'm alive, I'll keep making movies. But I feel like the movies I'll make when I'm older are probably going to be very slow paced, and they're going to be very abstract, and they're going to be like me, but at the end of time. Um, but yeah. But my ultimate passion project for movie, for film, is 3.5 hour long period film, period epic. And that movie's probably going to take me at least a whole decade to prepare for. But that's not even my passion project. My ultimate passion project is a 6 season long TV show. I have several TV show ideas, but this one is my most ultimate passion project. Um, and yeah, I can't finish this flan. I'm full already. Uh, yeah. But yeah, you don't make movies because you think you're good at it. You make movies because you can. I think it's Stanley Kubrick who said this, but Stanley Kubrick was watching a film and he was like, "I'm gonna make a movie, and not because I think I'm the best, but because I think I can do better." And that's sort of the attitude that I want to have and will have. It's I don't know if I'll be a great director. Like, I really don't. Maybe I'm the most generic, boring director ever. Maybe my movies will make no sense. Like, there are a million ways for my movies to fail. They can be too campy, too cliche, too weird. But if I can, I'll do it, you know? And right now, Hong Kong has too many romance and too many comedy films, too many police crime stories, and too many socio-politically conscious dramas. Where's the horror? Where's the period films? That's where I come in. Horror and period are the two least popular genres in Hong Kong cinema right now, and they are somehow my two favorite genres. So I feel like if I can do it, then I should do it. Um, but yeah, you know, who knows? Who fucking knows? I mean, yeah. I'm gonna end it off here. I'm gonna go to sleep early. I need to sleep early, for real. I'm gonna sleep all day tomorrow. I'm gonna rest. I'm not even gonna watch a movie. I'm not gonna do anything. Is my letterbox updated? Is it reset to 0 again? Oh no, it's still on. That's hilarious. Okay. Um, yeah, yeah. Nobody's watching my stream. That's okay. Um, yeah. So I don't know. I'm 21 years old. Still kind of young, actually. As much as I like to say I'm old and I'm way past my prime or whatever. Actually, I'm not. I still have some ways to go. So, um, I'm gonna make the best of it. I'm gonna enjoy my life to the fullest at USC. I'm gonna I'm gonna make the best of youth. You know, I still have time. I can still enjoy it while I have time. I haven't enjoyed my life all that much in the last all years. But I need to start doing that. I need to start enjoying my life. I need to have fun. I want to go to USC and get into trouble. I want to meet weird people. I want to go to weird places. I mean, I've already done that a little bit last year and this year. By this year I mean 2023. It's 2024 now. Whoa. Um, but yeah, the battle continues. The battle continues. Um, yeah. Um, but yeah, I think USC will do me good because it's full of film people. Like I'll be on their level, I'll be on their level. I'm honestly kind of confident because like before going to the US, I'm kind of scared. Like, oh, what if kids around my age in the US have even better and more interesting and bold movie ideas than me? Not a lot of them do actually. So I'm I usually think of myself as trash, but in this regard, I think I'm doing okay. I think I'm doing pretty well. But yeah. Hmm. Short film. I think my next short film after Objects in Mirror, I'm gonna do the Violent Femme. I'm gonna write a short film about a violent girl, like violent girl and a masochist guy, and it's gonna be a very sappy, self-indulgent, self-loathing short film. It's gonna be very confusing and sad and pathetic, and people will be like, "Wow, this film was like." It's hitting me so hard because it's so real. Yeah. Um. All right. Everyone's celebrating New Year's. There's a party? Nobody invited me? Oh my god. Um, I'm just looking at people's Instagram stories now. Well, um, but I like celebrating alone. The good thing about being alone is you're like a master of the ceremony, and you just like you say things and you're just doing things and you're eating food by yourself and you're celebrating it your own way. I'm so full. Um, the lighting is so bad. Oh my god, I'm spooky now. I'm spooky. I'm a very spooky person. Okay. If I do this, 3D, three-dimensional lighting. Obviously, lighting is tough. I'm trying to create the Rembrandt's triangle. It's not working. Let me do it the other side. Oh my god, this is. This is tough because this light is a very spotted light. It's a very small light source that is also very strong. So, if this is a larger light with more diffuse light source, it would be easier to light my face. So right now I just look very dramatic. This is called chiaroscuro. One half of the face dark, the other half lit. It's not great unless you're making a horror film, like a very dramatic film. This high contrast lighting usually doesn't work. And you can see this light is called daylight because it's very white. The lights behind me is tungsten. They're actually a little yellowish. And there's a difference. You can see this bluish, this yellowish, bluish, yellowish. The difference in color temperature is not great unless it's for an aesthetic reason, right? Yeah, I'm gonna do this. Spooky time. Um, yeah, I really need to go. If if all goes well, I'm gonna receive my Fallen Angels Blu-ray tomorrow, which is so exciting. Oh my god. Okay, you know what? I'm gonna say it right here, right now. Um, Criterion Blu-rays. I'm getting them so much, so bad. I need them so bad. Um, if I can only have one Criterion in my entire life, it would be Seven Samurai. But yeah, I really want Parasite. Really do. Um, yeah, I don't have much else to say. You know. Um, make a wish list, and I no, don't say that. About a year ago or 2 years ago, someone in Twitter or in my YouTube comments said, "Oh, tell me what I'm in a 7-Eleven right now. Do you want some donuts? I'll buy them for you." It's really creepy. You know, it's parasocial almost. So, yeah, you know. I'm I'm not even going to tell you where I live right now. You know, I'm going to buy you know, and no hate by the way. Thank you so much, but I really need to protect myself. And also it's Los Angeles. You can't trust people here, okay? Don't ever trust anyone in LA. It's a fucking, you know, it's hell. This is a Los Angeles is like hell. Um but yeah. Yeah. Um yeah. Yeah. Movies, filmmaking. Maybe I should be a teacher. Maybe I should teach film, you know. Maybe that would be a great idea. Maybe I should teach film. I think that would be really nice. Um um yeah. Um yeah, I'm making my best movies of the year list tomorrow, I think. So that's going to be interesting. I'm going to wrap it up here for real. It's 2024. I wish everyone happy days. I wish everyone strong and um, successful and peaceful and just like live your life and like I don't know, I'm tired. Um yeah, I'm tired. I've been talking for quite a while today. So yeah, I'm just gonna end it off here. I'm excited for next week. I think I'm fat. I think I've grown fatter, which is nice. I think there needs to be more fat on this motherfucker. Um, but yeah, you know, I'm gonna do good. I'm gonna read. I'm gonna draw. Um, Filmmaking shouldn't be my only hobby. Like I should do something else too. And I'm thinking drawing, which is really similar to filmmaking, but drawing is good. Cause Cliff, the guy who is DPing for my short film, he cooks and he cooks amazingly well. Holy fuck. Like on Christmas, I went to his house to have dinner and he made roast chicken and Greek salad and cheese quesadilla and caramelized carrots. They're amazing. Like, what the fuck? Why are you eating so well? I'm eating garbage every single day. I'm suffering. I wish I could cook well. I wish I could find the right ingredients, have the right time, have the right technique, and make some amazing dishes so that it's a little easier for me to eat food and I can keep gaining weight instead of losing. Um, yeah, this is a huge flan. Holy shit! I can never finish it. I can never fucking finish it. I'm gonna draw. I think that's a good side hobby. Yeah. Um. Yeah, I will seriously wrap it up right now. Actually, for real. Um. Yeah. The fight continues. The battle continues, and the culture detective will never back down. Because that's the detective spirit, baby. That's the fucking detective spirit. You can throw me anything I want. Not throw me anything I want. You can throw me anything you want. Okay. I've been through tons of shit. Okay. I got kicked out of my first host family. My bank account got hacked. I was almost homeless. and then I had to, I almost got, the last Airbnb with the broken AC and the infestation. I went to Mexico all by myself. I I had COVID and I fixed it myself. Um, I dealt with a short film all by myself. Survived a heartbreak. I've done so much. I've done so much, but the fight doesn't stop. 2024 will give me more. And you know what? I'll face them all one by one, okay? Hopefully, USC treats me a little better. And by that, I mean like 2024 treats me a little better. Like, hopefully, I don't know, I'm happier. Hopefully, I'm happy. Hopefully, I, actually meet good people, make good progress, and I can have problems. I can have challenges in life, but please don't let those challenges be, you know, silly procedural challenges like, trying to fix my I-20 immigrant status or like trying to find a place to live. I don't want to move. This is it, guys. Um yeah. Um Food, I'll work on it. I really will. Friendship, I think I can do it. I'm confident, actually. For the first time in my whole life, I'm confident that I can make friends. April 2021, I was still struggling. Look at me now. Driver's license. Let me write that down. Make a new short film. Draw, definitely. That's another goal. I'm gonna learn a new language. Maybe learn a new language. I want to learn how to speak old Chinese, so that's that. I don't need to learn Japanese. I can watch anime. No, I'm still gonna try. I'm still gonna try. Um yeah, what else? Yeah, not much else. But yeah, 2024. I'll face challenges, but hopefully these challenges are fun life challenges that feel like a continuation of my story. Kind of like honestly, the heartbreak I faced earlier this year, terrible. Probably some of the worst moments in my entire life, but it's a great learning lesson, and hopefully something better happens next time around. Maybe not exactly regarding romantic relationships, but regarding something else, regarding life and all that jazz. Um, yeah. I'm gonna pass the 1 hour mark. After I reach that, I'm gonna just shut down and just like I'm gonna edit worse movies and then I'm going to sleep. Yeah. I'm gonna make lots of friends. And yeah, I'm gonna it's already 1 hour. Okay, well, Culture Detective signing off. Love you all. Have a nice life. Be happy. Be strong. Be safe. Be peaceful. Spread love, not hate. Spread peace, not violence. Go home. Have a nice sleep. And goodbye.